Welcome to SO 311, Study Session 8, Non-Governmental Organization. Introduction. In this study session, we are to discuss the roles of non-governmental organizations or voluntary agencies in the process of social work and development. We shall examine closely the benefits that can be derived from the activities of NGOs and the challenges that they are facing in their operations. Objective. At the end of this study session, you should be able to 1. Identify the roles of NGOs in Nigeria. 2. Find out the challenges that NGOs are facing in their operations. 3. Identify their contributions to social work. Non-governmental organization and social work. A non-governmental organization is an organization that is voluntary in nature, non-profit oriented, and with the main objective of offering services to solve various social problems. NGOs are voluntary organizations which may be social, economic, religious, or professional in nature, mostly engaged in development and welfare services at all levels and in all parts of the world. It is an association of like-minded people who come together to pursue common objectives which tend to induce desirable changes in the community. The NGOs are privately funded and therefore free to operate and direct their programs towards set objectives, according to Anifoche 1990. The above definition could be summarized as NGOs are private, voluntary organizations which provide services that are beneficial to communities and bring out desirable changes in social, economic, political, educational, health, and others in the life of people and their communities. NGOs pursue activities to relieve sufferings, promote the interest of the poor, protect the environment, provide basic social services, or undertake community development. They are associations with a legal status, financially independent, and of great assistance in transformation of the society. NGOs can be at local, national, and international levels. Types of non-governmental organizations. The World Bank classified operational NGOs into 3 main groups: community-based organizations which serve a specific population in a narrow geographical area, national organizations which operate in a wider area in developing countries, international organizations which are typically based in developed countries and carry out operations in more than one country. The weaknesses of indigenous NGOs. There are some problems confronting indigenous NGOs in developing countries. These problems affect their operations and contributions to the development at the grassroots. The problems include 1. Inadequate funds to implement laudable programs. The poverty prevailing in most developing countries makes it difficult for many NGOs to raise funds for their programs. They over-depend on international NGOs. 2. Many of the NGOs lack experts. They do not have enough funds to attract the right caliber of staff. 3. There is also lack of research and data for adequate and effective planning. 4. Many of the NGOs do not monitor and evaluate their activities. This often leads to program failure. 4. Most indigenous NGOs operate on small-scale basis. Their focus of intervention in problem areas in many communities is limited. 6. There are some NGOs that are politically motivated. Such NGOs do not exist for long as they depend on patronage of government in power. 7. There is often leadership crisis in the NGO. The leaders alone control the fund available. This usually prompts those that are aggrieved to found their own NGOs. 8. There is also proliferation of NGOs without clear objective. Many people believe that it is an avenue to get donation from international NGOs. There is no doubt that NGOs are making meaningful contributions to the social welfare of many communities. The activities of the NGOs are felt throughout the underdeveloped world. Summary. We have discussed the roles of non-governmental organizations in social work. There are many NGOs performing different functions in Nigeria, but most of them operate on small scales. Post-test. 1. Identify and discuss the characteristics of non-governmental organizations. 2. What are the problems confronting NGOs? This is the end of study session 8. Thanks for listening.